getting to know yourself is going to help you handle those next leaders so much more than anything else. I mean, it doesn't help you to get into a stock that's about to go up 300% if you don't know who you are and you're going to do something stupid like sell it up 10 points or puke on the first pullback. Everyone talks about fundamentals and buy points and what should we have. If you just bought the new high list after a follow-through day and you were really psychologically wired in and knew your foibles and could have guardrails to keep you from that, that's going to make you rich. Knowing what the next pivot point is and all this stuff, that's not it, okay? I think people spend so much time, what's the new leader? What's the perfect pivot point and all that? If you understand who you are and how to handle stocks in bad periods and how to handle them in good periods, and you have good money management, you're going to kill it. There's way too much emphasis on buy points. I wish people would turn off their computers and just do research all day and just look at prices on the close. If you did that, I think the average person would be so much wealthier and so much happier. The people who are like looking at these little, tick up and down like this, this is all ego. No, you don't need any of this. I think Bill O'Neill worked off of like one screen. Yeah. Darvis made all his money and he never looked at it. He never looked at a live quote. And when he moved to New York, he lost a lot of his money.
Right.
Right. Take the emotion out of it if you can.
Yeah. I mean, Darvis was trading almost 3 days behind on closing values by Telegram. And obviously he was able to do amazing things. And like you said, when he went to New York and actually had access to live quotes, that actually, I think he talks about that actually significantly hurt his performance. And he realized he operates a lot better when he's almost kind of like when he kind of closes himself off from the noise of Wall Street. That's when he performs his best. It's
the noise of Wall Street. It cues your enemy. It cues your emotions. When you're not looking at the tape and you're running 3 days behind, you don't know the stock pulled back. You didn't panic because he took emotion out of it. The number one killer to performance for almost everybody is fear. They puke right when the stock's bottoming. Now, if you have a stop loss, I climbed a mountain like 5 years ago, and there was a downtrend that occurred as I was ascending up. I gave my trader stops. I didn't get stopped out a single one of them. Had I been watching, I guarantee you, I would have, at the least, I would have trimmed. That was emotion. It wasn't acting on facts and price and volume. So the number one enemy of success in the market is not knowing yourself and emotions and acting, watching the little ticks, the up and down. Adam Sarhan calls it tickitis or tickositis or whatever it is. I mean, look, some people think the stock market's a slot machine and they want the action. They want to pull that arm and they want to buy and sell and all that. And if that's what you're in it for, kick ass. I'm in it to get rich. I want to hold and build positions in stocks that are going to go 50 to 300% in a perfect world. Now, it's very hard to do, easy to say, but that's my objective. I could care less about making 10 points in a stock. It's irrelevant. I have been doing this for 30 years. I could tell you that I probably know a few dozen people who tried to day trade. Some were successful at it. 100% of those day traders, they're now called swing traders, are gone. They're out. Some of them it cost them their money, some of it cost them their marriage, and some of them cost more. Now, over the same 30 years, I know several people have made $100 million or more, but they were all position traders. So you choose. What do you want to be? You want to pull that arm on that slot machine, feed that little machine, and watch every little tick, or you want to get rich? I mean,
right.
Well, that's a very small sample size of maybe 30 or 40 people, but it's real.
No, that's important to remember because action does not equal progress in the stock market. Often it's inaction that actually makes the most money.
Sitting. The big money is made in the sitting, Livermore. And the big money I've made in my whole life has been probably in like 6 or 8 stocks. And I've held almost all of them for 9 months to 18, 20, almost 2 years. Plus, every time you're selling a stock in less than a year, if you have a gain, you're paying 40% plus tax. If you hold it for more than a year, it's 20. And if your stock's going to triple, how many stocks triple in less than a year? How possibly? I did a study. The average length of a true market leader is 96 or 8 weeks. How, if you're selling a stock within 3 months, how possibly are you ever going to capture a TML?